Community. This is Justin, and I wanted to make this video today to share with you some of my records that have Easter eggs hidden in the lock groove, or runout groove as some people call it. So I'll just get right into it, and I'll talk a little bit about the artists' albums I'm using or showing here. And I have to be hunched over like this because my camera setup's not too sophisticated. All right, so here's the first one. All right, so yes, that's Steel Pole Bathtub off of Butterfly Love. It's side A, then very end of side A. And so Steel Pole, they were a noise rock band they get lumped into, or sometimes just described as an American rock band. But they formed in 1986 in Bozeman, Montana, moved to Seattle for a while, and then to San Francisco, where they mainly resided in between relentless touring and putting albums out. Uh, I was lucky enough to get to see them in the early 90s at the Point in Atlanta, Georgia. It was one of those life changing shows for me as a young man. Super powerful. Um, so they also, let's see, they collaborated with Jello Biafra on this Tumor Circus 7-inch, put out on Alternative Tentacles. So they were mainly on Boner Records was their record label for the most part. They did eventually, towards the end of their career, sign to Slash Records, and just didn't work out too well. I think the label wanted them to compromise some things that they weren't willing to, so respect to them. Dale Flattum, the bass player, plays dictaphone as well. It's like a tape recorder at his feet that he would trigger. It's unbelievable sounding. Released the book of his artwork. He did all the artwork on their albums under the name Tooth is his writer name, I believe. And so, as you can see, he kind of has this Xerox aesthetic, I guess you would call it. He did show flyers for lots of Bay Area bands, or lots of bands coming through the Bay Area to play, like Melvins and others. And he is still at it this day, I believe. Other members of that band are Darren Morex on drums and Mike Moraski on guitar. Just an amazing group. Steel Pole Bathtub. Okay, so here's the next one. I won't play that one too long because that one might get to you. But yeah, that's from Taking Tiger Mountain by Strategy. Brian Eno, of course. Uh, I guess I don't really need to say anything about Brian Eno, other than he's a great producer and musician who's been at it in the game for a very long time and worked with everyone pretty much. So please bear with me while I switch out the records for the next two. Hopefully it'll just take very briefly. Hang on now. Thanks for hanging around. Just a reminder, please subscribe and hit the bell and all that good stuff. Here's the third one in this uh, group of four. So yes, that is Stereolab's Lock Groove Lullaby off of Transient Random Noise Bursts with Announcements. This is a recent reissue that they put out. Great sounding reissue. See, get out and get it. Lots of bonus material on there. Just altogether a great album. They're classified as avant pop. They use elements of krautrock, lounge, 60s pop, with a motorik beat, so very driving music. Okay, and so here's the fourth and final one. This is Gel Soul. This is a recording of the Puget Sound. I know because I asked them, wrote them and asked them. And actually, these two kind of go together because that Stereolab sounds a bit like a foghorn. So, looping seaside town with all your favorite shanties. So, anyways, Gel Soul from Seattle since 1998. Been at it. This album is on Versus Records out of DC. They have a Bandcamp page. I'll link in the description. And believe it or not, this album was only $8, and it's good quality. And uh, he put a lot of effort in this. This is all his own artwork, all his collages. And so you see, you have a die cut there. Well, you don't just get one cover; you get several. Again, that's Gel Soul and Versus Records. So, um, part of why I wanted to make this is to ask you to show and if you can play your albums with Easter eggs in the lock groove or run out groove. I'm sure there's more out there, many, many more. Sergeant Pepper's is one I can think of. I didn't pull that one out because I figured everyone had discovered that one by now. Um, so yeah, again, please subscribe, hit the bell, and hope you're having a good day and happy spinning.